All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. What's going on, Elevation Nation Tribe? I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Salute, much respect. Everybody tapping in, sliding through, hitting that like, share, subscribe button. God Body Sean, I'm here. I'm in the building. I'm in the office. Elevation Nation Conversations. I'm just tapping in. Um, I wanted to speak on real briefly. I get a lot of people asking me questions and talking about the trucking industry. The trucking industry is something that I've been in for quite a while. Uh, it's good money in the trucking industry. When I got into the trucking industry, I got in it just as a means to an end, as a fast, easy way to get my own business. Excuse me, to get my own business, and as a easy way to get to 5 to 6 figures within a 2 to 6 month range without having to go back to school when I first got out of like doing music and doing things like that and leaving California. So I had a family member that was a truck driver, and he mentioned it to me. He was like, "Man, cuz you can get your CDL license in less than a month, and then you can be on the road making money, whether it's working for a company or trying to get your own and build your own company from there. As far as getting your own trucks and drivers and things like that." So that's the short version or short story of how I got into trucking and how I got started with it. But it's definitely a industry or field that is good for a start. If you want to be an entrepreneur, kind of make money in a easier fashion and kind of basically building a business, from scratch, or it doesn't take a lot of money to get into if you get into it in the right way, in the right and at the right timing. So that's what I did. I went and got a CDL license from a school, a trucking school. That same trucking school or that industry, that company, they'll hire you. So once you go to the school, they'll put you up for a month. They'll train you to get your CDL license, and then once you get that CDL license, that's basically your meal ticket. They will hire you because now you have your license, so they'll hire you to drive for them. And that's what I did. I drove for a couple companies for some years. Then I did the owner operator lease program. That's where you sign on with a company and you'll lease your truck through them, but you'll use their insurance, you'll use their booking for the loads and the freights, and the freight you'll use their fuel cards and things like that. It's a cheaper way to get into the trucking business without you putting out so much of your own money and risking it. But you still got to realize and understand that you are working for them. So you really for the most part you can't run how you want to run as far as taking days off when you want to take them off, or go like take loads where you want to go and things like that, because you're on their basically you're on their DOT and insurance, for their company. So they want to run you the most efficiently way for their business so that their business can make money as well as you making money. So I did that for a while, for a couple of years, and I kind of saw the ins and outs of the industry of the game, and I realized that getting my own was the only way to go. So so in order for me to get my own, I basically just went through all the steps, and the steps are really simple. It's not really rocket science like a lot of people try to make it out to be, or you got a lot of these gurus that get on YouTube and things like that, and they want to sell you a course or uh, set you up for like a mentoring program so they can get you to pay them to show you the basically free steps and the free process of getting your own. And I've never went through that process. I kind of researched it on my own, and the trucking industry was great. I ran my own company for about 4 or 5 years. I had 2 trucks. I had 2 drivers. I had my own DOT authority. I had my own insurance. It's a great industry to start out in. To make money on a daily basis, and maybe get yourself into a position where you're investing money into other avenues and other businesses and getting those things going and up and running. But what I did was I started it out with first with having my credit was in decent order. Um, I had some cash saved up. I didn't have a whole lot of cash saved up, but I did have some money saved. I had about maybe 15 to 20,000 saved up. And the first process is you got to have your license. You got to have your license to even buy a truck. You can't go buy a truck without having a CDL license because they're gonna ask you, well, who's gonna drive the truck? And that's just a bad business practice. Is buying a truck or going into a business where you don't know how to do the business yourself. If you need to, if you go into it. So I had a CDL license. I went and leased a truck, put the down payment down, and get the truck. Once you get the truck, you have to have insurance. So you get the truck, you get your insurance. Now here's the part where you have to do everything in a succession, in a line, and do it on a timely fashion, or you can and you will go broke. So once you get your truck, you have a time frame in the window to where you have to apply for your DOT authority, because you can't apply for a DOT authority MC number without having a truck, because you have to list that truck, the VIN number, your insurance, and all that on your DOT FMCSA application. The FMCSA is the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. It's basically a government-run entity where you have to register your trucking company with the federal government, because they keep track of your company as far as revenue, safety records, accidents and crashes and things like that, because you're out on the public roads and you are driving a very big vehicle, weighs a lot of weight, and you can't kill somebody in those trucks. So they want to keep track of the trucks and the people who are driving them, and the businesses, so they can do safety inspections and quarterly inspections and things like that, so that you are safe on the road when you're out and driving on the road. But once you get your truck, you get your insurance, you apply for your DOT number and your MC authority. It takes that maybe 2 weeks to 30 days to even get approved. So now you're sitting on a truck paying insurance before you even getting going, as far as booking any loads or running any loads, anything like that at all. You have to get an EOD system, because an EOD system is an electronic logging system that you have to attach to each of your vehicles, because that monitors how many hours a day you drive, how far you drive, because that's tied into the government system where you can only drive so many hours a day, 11 hours a day, and you can only drive so many miles within that 11 hours. A lot of people try to kind of cheat the system and drive 12, 13, 14, 15 hours in a day, and that's very unsafe. So that's one of the regulations that the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration implemented, is you have to have that system on all your trucks, so that they can, at any time, a police officer can pull you over and they want to check your books or check your records or your logs, and they can see if you have your system hooked up like you're supposed to. They can see how long you've been driving. They can see where you went from and where you're at right now. They can measure all that shit. And if you're doing something illegal, they're gonna give you a heavy ticket and they're gonna shut you down. So that's another fee you got to pay. That's a monthly fee for that monitoring system. Your insurance, you have to pay your insurance, your DOT authority, your MC authority. You have to sign it with a load board. A load board is basically a board where you can go and you can see all the loads that are up there for that day that need booking. And that basically means you can go on that load, you can pick a load and say, hey, I want that load. You can call that broker or whoever is listing that load, and you can book that trip. You can negotiate a price per mile or for the run, and you'll agree to that. They'll send you a contract, you'll sign it. They're gonna get your MC number, your DOT number, so that they can look you up in the system and see that you're in compliance with everything as far as your IFTA stickers, your insurance, your plates, tags, all that. And they'll see you in that system. So if you're not in the system and you're not legal legit, they're not gonna let you take their load. And you have to have a right amount of insurance to take their loads, just in case you break down or the load is stolen or anything like that. It's covered. Let me see what else. That's with the tractors. You have to get a trailer. Either you're gonna buy a trailer or lease a trailer, or you can pull the other company's trailers and run their freight. But that's you don't make as much money that way. Another thing I did was I registered my business as a MBE and a HUB and a DBE, which is a historically undervalued business. HUB A DBE is a disadvantaged business enterprise, and a MBE, which is a minority business enterprise. All three of those titles are things that you can get certified for to associate with your company because, for one, you're a minority. For two, you're a small business, and you're a minority-owned small business. So what that does is that gives the bigger companies incentives to give you their loads and to work with you because they're providing you with work and providing you with income. So now you can, make your business successful and you can grow and build and move. So those are some things that kind of helped me out a lot as far as getting my company registered with those certifications because a lot of companies look for those certifications and they do want to work with you because they get a tax break and an incentive for giving you business because you're a small minority business. I made a lot of money in the trucking industry. I think one of my highest years of grossing as far as income was when I had two drivers and I was running some good loads as far as with HEB. I didn't get a contract with them, but I did. I was working with like a bigger carrier, JB Hunt, to run the loads for HEB on a consistent daily basis. And those runs were basically local in San Antonio. So the driver would start in San Antonio, pick up in San Antonio, hit a couple of the HEB stores, and then at the end of the day, drop back off in San Antonio. Those loads paid well, real good. And I had both of my trucks on those for like almost a year. And that year, I want to say I grossed about 350K. So, that was a good year. But also you have to understand too that money that you're making is not yours. You have a lot of overhead in the trucking industry. So that's why you have to have your credit in order. You have to have a little money saved up because if ever the truck breaks down and you're not moving, you're not making money, but you still got bills to come out to pay. So, like I said, I made about 350 that year, but I still had drivers that I had to pay. I had two drivers. I think that year those drivers they made like 70,000 a piece. You got your truck payments if you didn't buy your truck straight out. You got your insurance payments. You got your monthly payment that you got to pay for your EOD system, which is your logging system that you have to plug into your truck that monitors and shows how far you drove that day for how many hours you drove that day. So that's how you got to stay legal. You got to you got to do your plates and your tags, your fuel. Man, fuel is very high. Any breakdown, any tires and repairs. So there is a lot of overhead involved with trucking, but it is a great business because that's a business where you can literally create your own money every day. And you get paid either every day or every other day. Because let's say you find a load on Monday, you book that load for a certain price. Let's say it needs to be delivered by Wednesday or Tuesday. As soon as you deliver that load, you get that BOL signed. The BOL is a bill of lading that shows that, yeah, this is the load you have. You took it to this location. You dropped it off. It got there safe, and they signed off on it. You'll send that BOL in to the broker or the company that you booked that load with to take it, and they'll pay you that same day or the next day. So, you literally making $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 a day or more, depending on the loads you're booking. And when they pick up and drop off, you can be getting paid, or you seeing those deposits come into your bank account on a daily basis, every couple day basis, or every week basis. So that's one thing that I did like about the trucking industry was I was able to create my own money every day. I had fresh money coming in. I could choose my own schedule. I could dispatch and run my trucks from my computer from home or anywhere from my computer. I could talk to my drivers at all time. Like I said, it was real freeing, man, and I loved it. I really loved it. I liked it because I was able to make money and get into different business ventures. When you're trying to get into other business and you want to get loans or you want to get funding and things like that, they will see your bank account and they'll see those deposits of daily deposits of 1,000, 1,500. They'll see those monthly deposits of 35, 40,000, 50,000 coming in and out. So they see you have capital and income generating on a daily, monthly basis. So they're very more likely to give you loans and approve you for more money to get into different avenues and different businesses and things like that. So I made a lot of money in the trucking business. It was excellent. I say it's a good business too for people to get in that don't want to go to. If you don't want to go back to school and get degrees and do all that, trucking is very friendly to get into, for lack of a better word, if you go through the correct process, if you go through the correct steps, and you do everything in a step by step fashion in a manner how you got to do it. Very good business to get into to generate lots of income, relatively quick, so you can get into other avenues. Um, Let me see what else. I know the process of it. Like I say, you have to go by the same. You have to go by the steps. Get your CDL license because you want to have that in case one of your drivers is sick or quit on you and they don't want to run the load. Then you got to be able to go get that load, recover it. Because if you don't, if you fail to deliver a load and you're not getting paid for that, it will go on your company's record, and a bad record will put you in a bad situation where no other companies will want to book with you. But you get the CDL, you get your truck, get your insurance, apply for your DOT number, apply for your MC authority, um, and you kind of up and running. All it takes within 30 to 60 days, you can be up and running. But a lot of the companies that you will try to book your loads with, they won't work with you if you're fresh out and your company is really new, because they don't think you have the well they know you don't have the track record of delivering on time, getting things there safe, getting things there in a timely manner. So they make it kind of hard for you to get loads and book them straight out the door. But once you get past that hurdle, you're on a runner. You on a going. And nowadays you can run your company without even doing anything. You can hire people to book your loads. You can hire companies to hire your drivers. You can hire companies to run your company for you, and you kind of oversee it. So it can be a hands-off business, but you do want to have some understanding and some knowledge of the intricacies of how the business is run, how the rates are determined, repair cost, fuel cost, things like that, because that will affect your bottom line. That will affect how much money you're taking home and what your books are looking like. I say it's an excellent business for people to get into. Like I said, maybe trying to get their life together, that are getting away from, well, getting out of, maybe let's say getting out of the jail system or the penitentiary system or whatever, and they want to get into something quick, fast, something that'll get them, going and getting them some money started out right away within 30 days to 60 days. Once you get your CDL license, um, there are no stipulations of who can and who can't run a trucking company. Let me see what I'm here. Hold on a second. Hold on. Got a call. All right. Excuse me. But yeah, it's an excellent business to get you going, get money coming in on a weekly, a daily basis. It's very rewarding. You can build and grow and scale out really quick with it, as far as adding on trucks and adding on drivers and things like that. um, it does it does take a lot of it is a lot of hands on. You do have to have a CPA, financial planner, and tax accountants and business accountants, because you do have money coming in and out. You do have expenses that you need to keep track of and account for accurately. You can't get yourself in trouble. But it does generate good income. Does generate a good income. I know I'm skipping over a lot of areas, a lot of topics. I've been in the industry for so long, and I kind of just know, like, right offhand and knowledge. But I am getting out of that industry. I'm currently in school. Getting some other things going. But the industry was good to me. Um, It helped me achieve a lot of goals. But I've definitely made a lot of money in the industry. You can hit the high sixes to the million, to the eight-figure range, but it does take time. It's not an overnight thing. It's not easy. A lot of rules and regulations. The industry is changing, and you do have to understand the business and have some business acumen about yourself. Um, and that's it. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Elevation Nation Conversations. Just me dropping a little game on what I did to level myself up and put myself in a better situation financially wise. Um, Drop a comment in the comment section if you got any questions that I missed or you want me to revisit or kind of go over things like that. But like I say, you don't really need to go in there and pay for these courses, pay for any mentorship. You can Google it and see the process on how to get your DOT authority, how to get your license, how to get your MC authority, what you need to operate legally, how to get your trucks, the maintenance and the repairs and things like that. It's all Googleable. You can Google it. You really don't need to go out here and pay these people and these gurus money like that to to show you something that uh, you can go Google yourself. Take a little time, read up on it, so you know what you're getting into and you know the process, and you'll be good. Do not, maybe you want to get a mentor just so you can, get to the information quicker than doing it yourself. I understand that, but take it upon yourself, learn about what you're getting into, see if you can cover all areas, do some Googling and some researching, and make sure you have your money in order, you have your credit together, and you do know how to drive a truck or you do have a license so that if anything does go wrong with your truck or your drivers, you can drive yourself, or you do know what's going on so you're not in the blind running a company and you don't know anything about it. So that was just a little quick tap in. How the trucking industry made me, some good money. Got a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. Um, Currently in the process of moving into teaching other drivers how to get their license and safety coordinating and things like that. But excellent industry, definitely can make some good money in it, and it's a wide open industry because everything is moved by trucks. It always will be moved by trucks, and they're gonna need them forever. I've ran into a lot of people on the road that were used to be police officers, lawyers, or doctors or whatever, and they dropped it all and got into trucking, got their own company or got their own truck and changed the whole lifestyle and started doing that. So there's money to be made out there. Don't let the stereotypes of it, get at you, because that was one of my things that I had in my head was the stereotypes about it when I first got into it. I was like, truckers are dirty and, nasty and big and fat and all that. But that's a stereotype and it's not true. It's all about what you do, how you do it, and how you run your company, or how you get in the game and what you want to get out of it. So that's it. Hit that like, share, subscribe, drop a comment in the comment section. I salute y'all. I appreciate y'all, Elevation Nation Tribe, for rocking with me and subscribing. The podcast is gonna get better. We're gonna upgrade it with some technology upgrade. We're gonna start doing some interviews. And like I say, drop me a comment in the comment section. I'll check y'all on the next one. Peace and blessings. One.